Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Today, we are starting a new project, mainly because I'm wanting to make sure that I settle into something a little more consistent when it comes to the Minecraft adventure, and this is a very odd place for me to have been spawned into. But as you can see, we have started up a hardcore world, and we are going to be treating this world as our Minecraft or as our hardcore Minecraft type guide series. Because I may not be the most experienced with hardcore Minecraft, but I have learned quite a few lessons and feel like I have quite a bit to offer when it comes to making sure that you plan accordingly to survive hardcore Minecraft for an extended period of time. I've learned lessons from past experiences that have allowed me to know how I kind of need to go about pacing myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to work through this world as best we can to make sure that we survive and thrive, because that, of course, in a hardcore situation is the end goal. So let's grab a couple of these melons around here, because we're going to hopefully need them for food, or hopefully we don't need them for food, actually. But let's go ahead and head over this way to this spruce taiga biome. There's an ocelot over there. A couple ocelots, actually, over there on the left. And hopefully we can find a couple of things that are good for us, like that. Sweet berries are going to be a lot better than these derpy little melons that we've got. So let's make sure that we grab these guys. What is this? This is a very interesting take on some leaves. I don't know what that is. But we did see a couple of things over here that we're going to need. So let's make sure that we grab ourselves this sheep, and this cow can live for a little bit longer. But let's grab this sheep as well. And there's hopefully one more around here. So the first couple of things you need to focus on is, one, making sure that you get access to food pretty quick. The other is making sure that you can either track down 3 sheep or a village to then, steal a bed out of. And since we've already got 2 sheep, we're looking for 1 more to fit out our collection. I'm probably running around a little bit more than I should, because conserving hunger should be a semi-decent priority this early on in the game. Got a few pigs over here, and there's the last sheep we're looking for. They're actually in a couple of colors, but we're looking for another white sheep, because that will get us the white wool that we need. So let's make ourselves a crafting table, a couple of additional logs here. And now that we can peacefully sleep, we can now work on making some other tools and such as well. Hey, look! We've got ourselves a little parrot buddy. And so now he will follow us around. But we've got to make sure that we don't dawdle too long. So let's get a couple of our next important things. First off, we're not going to need them, but it'll be nice to not have to double back and track these guys down. Some melons, some cocoa beans, and last but not least, some bamboo. We're doing pretty good on the food front. Not as good as I'd like to be, but better than I've had in some of my other runs. There was one hardcore world that I started up that I was on a glacier in the middle of the ocean, and it was absolute garbage. Didn't last a single night. But how can you honestly expect to? Because, there's nothing for you to get when you're that far away. Hold the phone. What do we have over here? Got ourselves some obsidian. A shovel with fortune 1 and a golden hoe with efficiency 1. Well, hey, hey. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit weird, and I want to walk you through it because not everyone's familiar that this is something you can do. Now, this is something you have to have Optifine for, but you can come over here to your video settings, and you can actually... I'm trying to remember where it's at. It's not under shaders. It's under details. So detail settings, you can actually turn the fog completely off, which is good. And then we're going to increase our render distance to 12 just for now while we're looking for a village. We have another fun and wonderful mechanic of Minecraft's world spawn. And this is the lava pool. And the way that lava pools are identified is you will find them always surrounded by different parts of stone. You can hear the lava bubbling, and that would be another really awesome thing if we were speedrunning this game. But we're not. But it may be handy when it comes to eventually making our nether portal to make our way over to the nether. And we can kind of talk about how that occurs once we get to that point. Because, of course, nether portals are built by combining obsidian in a specific structure. Depending on who you ask, you need 10 to 14 pieces of obsidian as a minimum for that. I personally think that the bare minimum is best, and then you can decorate the portal as you will. Other people will tell you that you have to make your portals with obsidian on the corners, but obsidian can be made by combining water with a lava source block, and that will turn into obsidian, which can then be lit into the configuration of a portal. And there's actually another pit right here, which I kind of suspected based off the stone that was right here on the ground level. All right, we've got to be getting close to a village at this point, right? Oh, we actually are, and I did not plan that out. So this is going to be about where we leave off today, but let's at least look and see who our neighbors are going to be and what they have to offer. So this is actually an interesting orientation of a village because it spills out into this desert a little bit. So let's see what we've got. Nothing in this house, which is fine. We've got a bunch of wheat right here, which is good. Now, villages are known for a couple of things. Primarily, they're known for having villagers, and villagers can have a couple of different jobs. This guy appears to be that leather worker. So if we did want to trade up with this guy and work with him, we could eventually get to the point where we could buy a saddle off of him. They are also known for having cats. Cats can spawn in a couple of different things. We've actually got one of the better villager jobs here in this cleric. Clerics buy a bunch of different potion brewing materials off of you and can give you an ender pearl trade. They're also known for these guys, the iron golems. And iron golems, they are a passive mob unless you hit them, which I'm not going to do because I wouldn't be able to defend myself as I have no sword or axe. But these guys, they will become aggressive to any hostile mob or if you aggravate them by hitting them. So I would advise that you don't do that. Let's see if there's anything in here. It looks like we've got a cartographer running around, and he has a bunch of maps that we can grab at some point as well. Cartographers are pretty nice. They can be traded with to get emeralds for glass, which is pretty easy, or you can receive emeralds by selling them glass. Speaking of which, here are some emeralds right here. And we can go ahead and leave these seeds here. And that's pretty nice. Let's see what else there is in here. This is a toolsmith, I believe, because there's a grindstone there. Grindstones can be used to disenchant armor and items. Let's see, looks like we've got some bread. And I think the cauldron is what makes what serves as the leatherworkers station. This is the brewing station, which is what the cleric is attached to. Got a couple of different varieties of cats running around here. I think we may have already been inside this. And then there are a couple of other houses around here that we'll want to have a look at. This is just a residence, but you can't... You on my shoulder? Good. Let's not stay in that house, because someone else is going to come around and want to live in it, which is fine. I mean, that's what villagers do. Do we really have 2 clerics in this town? Wow. That's impressive. And here is another weaponsmith, and he's got some iron horse armor and 2 iron pickaxes. Wow, that's great, because it means that we can conserve this iron for making some gear. Let's go ahead and leave. Actually, we can come back to here in our next episode and kind of work some things out there. But I've got to get this video cut and recorded, or not recorded, cut and uploaded. So if you are enjoying the premise of this series and are excited to see what else we can do, please feel free to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily content as I bring videos to you on a daily basis. So thanks again for watching, and I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye.